Okay, I hope everything is okay. Okay, so as I said, we will be using Starlight collection, which is designed by my um, friend and also designer from 13 Arts and for Flying Unicorn Kit of the Month, Olga Heldwein. This collection is called Starlight. I will be using 3 sheets of this kit, of this collection, sorry. It's called Polaris, is the base. And I cut some papers from Virgo and Pegasus. I hope I pronounce it well. So we will start with covering the base paper with gesso. I will try to look at the chart. Oh, hi, Olga is here too. Great. I'm very, very happy. There are so many of you. And Jen, hello, Jen, and I can't. Heather, hi, Heather, and David is here too. So I'm very happy. Okay, let's start with covering the page with gesso. This is new in 13 Arts. It's a clear gesso. It's perfect for covering the papers. Uh, they are resistant water, so you don't have to use our white gesso, which is also perfect, but clear one is better if you want to see all the colors and all the designs of the paper. So I will just make one layer of the gesso here. It dries really, really fast, but you can also use your heat gun to make it faster. So as you can see, all the paper is actually seen here. All the designs and all the colors stays the same. So let me dry it for a moment. Okay, so as you have seen, clear gesso is a little bit more liquid. It's quite actually it's liquid. Always remember to mix your mediums well. Also with gesso and clear one, also it's best to mix before using. Okay, so that's the first step. Very easy. The second one is to use the stencils. You can use the stencil which is included in the kit, but I want to show you some of our new designs for 13 Arts, so I will be using this as well tonight. This is 2 stencils from my collection called Secret Letters, and I will show you the original layout. I've got this design here and here, and this one we will be using with the black paint or black gesso, whatever you've got in your kit, because I have seen some of you have matte paint, black matte paint, and some of you have gesso black. So it doesn't matter actually for this type of work. We can use both of them. So now I will be putting this design using modeling paste, also from 13 Arts, but you can use any you've got at home. Also, you can use actually our gesso because it's really, really thick, and it also very works very good with stencils. So just a little bit of paste here and a little bit here. Okay, the colors are not actually I can see on the screen they are not actually the same, but as I said, I don't have any more daylight here. It's more turquoise than blue actually in a daylight. As you seen on the picture, it's a little bit different color, but anyway, I hope we will work it somehow. So I've got those two stencil designs here, and now we will work with another stencil. Actually, I will just dry it a little bit so I won't ruin that. Okay, so if you are using black gesso, you can also use it with a craft knife and just make the design. I've got black paint, so I will show you a different technique. This technique does not make the very sharp design, but I will just I would want it to make a little bit of vintage and blurry effect, so I will use a sponge and some of black paint, and I will just work with this design as on the original one, here and here and here. Okay, so just a little bit of black paint and the sponge, and we can just play with. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just the first layer of our background, so don't worry too much if it's not perfect. Okay, it can be like this or more blurry, it doesn't have to be sharp. You can actually add more water and make it a little bit lighter. So as you can see, I'm just playing with this here and there. You can add some words. You have some here. They are not actually readable and sharp, they're just a layer of stencil. I will just remove this here. Okay. And also all these nice black splatters and drippings I have made with black paint. So we will be using also the chalk indigo, which you can find in your kit this month. I am very happy that Alda very often puts some 13 arts products into the kit, so I can show you them. So I will be using this indigo mist and this black paint. So you can see we can work with both of them. So I will just add a little bit of water and some paint on my brush. These white brushes are very good for splattering, just randomly here and there. As you can see, thanks to clear gesso, I can do whatever I want on the background, and the paper will not absorb any liquid, so that's very good. Okay, and now I can sprinkle with water a little bit here and there. You don't have to add water to every dot, just where you want to have this nice drippings, right? You can see the circle shapes here. Actually, I made them with this bottle, just, you know, playing with this. You don't have to do it, but it's easy and fun. So, nice. And the next step is to add some more color with indigo mist. So I am just sprinkle with it with the pipe. You can use the brush if you prefer, it doesn't really matter. And I will just add some water. Maybe this time I will use a brush. Just a second, I have so many brushes. So just with some points where I want this color to spread. It's a little bit like watercolor effect, playing this way with mists and paints, because these paints are also water based, so they just work as well as mists. So if I want more color, I will just put some water maybe here and just sprinkle a little bit more of indigo mist. Sorry. So you can just leave it like that. You can just play and make some more drippings. Okay, I want to leave it like that because I want it to be quite similar to the original one. Okay, you will not do the same. It's funny with mixed media because you can't actually create two exact the same projects, and I love it about it. So you can just leave it like that for like a couple of hours, but of course we don't have a couple of hours, so I will use heat gun. I kind of like this idea of using heat gun because, as you will see, we can also work with those drippings with the heat gun. So it looks like that. Okay, it took a while, but I want it to be almost dry. So, as you can see, it's like a bit of abstract background, but it's actually quite nice for such a layout. So if it's not dry, just use a wet wipe, or dry wipe actually I should say, so you can remove the excess of the color here and there. The next step will be stamping. I will just check something. Yeah, I will be using the stamp from the kit. It's really nice. I really love this tiny text. It's so universal, so you can actually use it for many projects. So let me see the waterproof ink and add in the spots I think they would fit. So a little bit here and there. I'm not using the acrylic block, I'm just using my hand. It's not really perfect, but I actually like this type of work. I'm not perfect, but it's fun. Okay, so this is like the base of our background. I can play with the stamp because it's really nice, but it's enough, I think. We can always add something at the end if we feel like it, but this background is quite rich already, so we don't have to put a lot of stamping. Okay, so now we've got the background, so we have to work on our main cluster with photo and flowers. So as you can see, I've used metal embellishments from the kit. They are really nice. Also some flowers and butterflies, the black ones from resin Prima embellishments, and some metal embellishments. So let me put some papers first. Okay. I just cut, as I said at the beginning, two of the papers. The photo I will be working tonight with is with me and Terhi. Terhi is from Finland and she's our designer, and she participated as a educator and provided wonderful class here in Poland 2 weeks ago. I miss her already. So I've got this nice picture of her and me, and we will be using that tonight. So you can use 3D type. I really like my layout to be dimensional, so I just put some 3D type under each layer. You can use cardstock if you don't have this 3D type, it doesn't matter actually. I'm just putting it quite in the middle of each layer, because then I can just stick something under it. So that's the trick. So let me do this sticking. It takes a little bit of time, but it's nice. Okay, you can I just like this effect of distressed edges, so use your scissors or distressing tool if you've got one. I actually prefer scissors or a knife. It's really nice and easy. I hope you can hear me because I'm losing my voice. Okay. And next layer, I'm just like, as you can see, this photo is quite dark, so I used a lighter paper under the photo and then the darker one. So if you've got light photograph, so you can just put a black paper under it and then add a blue one. So it does depends on the photograph you are using. Okay, so the next layer, as I said, in the middle, 2 stripes is enough for that, like that. And we are just playing with all these pieces and scraps. You can shred something. Use also some distressing if you feel like it. And we are just playing with the layers here. I will try to read the chat in the meantime. Group hug. Okay, I'm in. I'm in. Okay. Something like that. Yes, it was really nice to have this mixed media party, and I know it was just after Unicamp, and we were thinking about you girls, so really I hope maybe next year you can come, some of you actually come to Poland to our mixed media party. It was awesome. Maybe someday we will also visit you in US. I would really like that. I'm afraid of flying, but I will do it anyway. So hopefully we will see you someday. Um, these events are actually very nice to meet the people you know from Facebook or blogs, and we are chatting and we are friends already, and when we see each other in real life it's like, oh my god, I feel I've known you all my life. That's really amazing. So it was amazing, really. Okay, I'm sorry, it's a little bit boring, but I actually want this layout to be really nice and thick. Okay. I hope Olga will tell me later what you are chatting about, but because I can't focus at the chat at this moment. But I hope you are having fun. Okay, let me put it in here and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, maybe something a little bit here. Blue one. I'm using the same sponge with black paint. You can use it for distressing also. So really universal. Okay, I was missing something here, so I will just put it. Okay, and now we are sticking all together. Also quite in the center, so we can put some embellishments between the layers later. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, so let's stick it. We can actually add some gel medium later um, to make it more firm, you know, because this sticky tape is not really well when the background is a little bit wet, and it still is. So I will just put some gel medium to be sure that it will not fall off the paper. So just a little bit of gel medium here, so it will last forever. Okay, so we can use this sizzle. This is like threads for making flower bouquets, and I think you can buy it everywhere. You can also buy it here in 13 Arts store, but I'm sure in US you have also these florist. I can say that, I think, and you can buy it there. So I will just put a little bit here, and if you don't have this, you can use just regular threads or anything like it. And I'm just putting it between my layers here. Okay, it's moving a little bit, but it will not when it's dry, because gel medium dries quite long. You can also use these threads with gel medium to make an extra texture on your work, so we can leave some of it here and there to make a little bit of texture with it. Okay. Just put as much as you want. A little bit maybe underneath the photo. Yes, it's sizzle in Polish. I can't say the word. Let me check. Maybe I'm not sure Marta is here tonight. No, it's not. She's not. It's sizzle. It's like for the threads for flowers shop. I don't know how to say that. Buying it where you can buy all the stuff for florists, you know. So maybe you can buy something like that. Sizzle. Yeah. Oh, Marta is here. Okay. Yeah, it's sizzle. Okay. Alright, so what's next? We will add some embellishments. I don't have the same ones, so I will use different metal embellishments from the kit and from the previous kits, and a little bit different flowers because I used some petal flowers here. So I will make a little bit different. But you can use the original elements, so the big flower here and this branch here. I'm sticking it with gel medium. It's really nice and thick, and you can stick everything with gel medium. It's really nice and firm when it's dry. It won't fall off. So I'm using some metal elements. Originally, I used those two metal flowers you can find in November kit, and some small butterflies here. There are gold, but I have painted them with white gesso and some gold glitter paint. Sorry, but I will show that later. I'm a little bit messy tonight, so sorry. You can cut this butterfly in half. All these thin flowers you can easily cut with your scissors. So maybe I will use the other half here. It will be nice. Okay. And more embellishments. So we've got these resin butterflies, so we can use them between other layers. Somewhere here. What do we have? Some flowers. They are all in the kit, so there are many flowers in the November kit, so you can choose really nice and beautiful flowers for your projects. Okay, and maybe something here. Maybe this big one I will just the best part with gel medium is with sticking with gel medium is that you can just stick it and then put it again and just take it and mix it, and because it's not drying very fast, you can play with all the stuff you are sticking to the page. So it's really nice. If I don't like it here, I can just change it with no harm for my page. Okay. Yes, I think this one should be better. And this here. I think I miss a little flower here. Let me find something. Okay. Maybe this one will be. I run out of this little petal roses. These are really nice too, but I've made so many projects with this kit, so I just ran out of almost all flowers. Yeah. Okay, so we've got this embellishments here and between our layers. So now it's time to add more texture, as you can see on this project. And how do we do that? We are using gel medium. We are using gel medium like that, quite close to our main cluster, main composition around the photo here and there. And I will make a little bit, a small cluster here too. So I'm putting a little bit of gel medium here and there. You can use more or less, but the more you use, the better texture it will be. So you can just play with this texture as long as you like. So it's nice because it's transparent when it's dry. So you won't see the color, only the texture with gel medium. So it's really fantastic for making textures too. So I'm just putting a little bit here and there, just around the flowers and my papers here. And it's also perfect for putting all the fillers. We've got many beautiful fillers. We've started with micro beads, but we also now have some beautiful mica flakes and a little colored grit and many types of micro beads, and there will be more. So I really love those fillers. Tonight we will be using silver natural mica flakes, which you can also find in November kit. So these are like silver shining pieces of mica. This is natural mica, not synthetic. So it's really beautiful and shiny. And we're just pouring it a little bit here where we put our gel medium before. Okay. So that's the trick with this texture here around the photo. Oh, maybe a little bit here. Okay. On this layout I have also used some 13 arts, like a little these are like balls, berries, or whatever you can call them. So if you have some, you can add to your flowers. So I will just put some here because I forgot to do that before. I like all this little stuff because they are really, really nice to complete your clusters and designs. Okay, I'm putting 3 here and 3 on the top of the photograph. Just a little bit of gel medium underneath and it will be there forever. Okay, alright. So I don't have those small butterflies anymore, so I will use something um, in something different. Maybe just, yeah, maybe this little branch and something over there. I love these small butterflies. I use them also here. I will show you my project also made for flying unicorn in the meantime. It's really nice and dimensional. So I used a lot of these metal embellishments and flowers here and this tablecloth. Yeah, I'm proud of it, really nice. That's why I love those flying unicorn kits, because you can always make something you would never normally create, because I would never, think of making such a project without it. So, yay, that's very nice. Just a little bit of sizzle here, maybe a heart, or maybe something different. Yeah, anything goes. And a little bit more of mica flakes. As you can see, I like really rich and textured pages, but actually you can use those techniques separately, so you don't have to put all of them on one project. You can, just use those for backgrounds, for art journals and cards and anything. So, but I am a messy person and I like a lot, and I can't stop. It's always my problem to stop. So, yeah. You can actually, if you've got this gel medium here, you can add mica flakes, you can add some micro beads. So if you've got some 13 arts micro beads, you can also put it there. Maybe I will find some to show you. Let me see. And also, if you like glitters, you can add some glitters, so it's up to you what you put into those gel medium places. I've got gold micro beads. Maybe I will just use a little bit. They were also in Flying Unicorn kits a few months ago, I think. So to create such a nice texture, you can add different fillers and micro beads. So I will maybe put some glitters to show you. It will be more rich than the original one. Okay. Magic box. Okay. So now it's the boring part. So we should. Oh no, not yet. Sorry, we have to add some color, because normally what I do, I add some darker color around the main cluster, main design, main photograph, and a little bit here. So we will just use some indigo chalk mist again from 13 Hours to add a little bit of color here, when the gel medium is still wet. Why is that? Because it will catch the color. So when it's dry, we will see only the color and not the gel medium. So I'm looking for a brush because I will be using a brush. I don't want to ruin my photograph, so it will be more safe to not to spray. So I will just use some color with the brush around the photograph here and there, and then I will sprinkle it with water. Okay, just here and there, and some more here. Let's see how it goes with, oh, some water. So it depends on you how much of the color do you want to add. It can be more or less. You can add some colors also over the flowers, to make it more matchable if they are not the color you want. But actually these are quite nice, I think. So we are putting the color onto the into the texture. So you can add some water, then add more color. So just play, 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 as long as you like, and as long as you are happy with this effect of the colors. So now it will be the boring part because I have to dry it really, really well, because I want to use dry brush technique with white gesso at the end, and I cannot do it when the page is wet. So let me dry it a little bit and I will try to catch up with you on the chat. Okay, I don't want you to, you know, fall asleep while I'm drying it. But actually, it should be really dry, so the best way is just to leave your page for the next day. But I know everyone is so anxious, me too. But normally I do it this way. So I prepare this background and leave it for the night. And the best effect which I want to achieve is to make it the next day. But tonight we don't have as much time as I would love to. So, you know, it's not dry yet. As you can see, it's still wet. So I will not do it in this area. So it shouldn't be, you know, the color should not leave on your fingers. So just maybe a few more minutes. Please forgive me. Okay, so I will try to do this technique, but I will not be able to do it the perfect way. So I will just make another layer of white gesso tomorrow, and I will make a photograph, and you will see the difference, I think. So uh, at the end of my work, always I put some white gesso, and using the dry brush, it's the best for that. I paint some embellishments. I will paint those um, butterflies a little bit. I will just, you know, adding some lightening when I think it's too dark. Gesso is perfect to play like this. You can actually make a little bit on your photograph using your fingers or using the brush, so it makes a little bit of shade on the photograph. Okay, if you're not happy, you can always use wet wipe. uh, of course it cannot be the printed photograph on your normal printer, but when it's on this photographic paper, it can be done. So okay, okay, so let's add some gesso here, and the best part is to add when it's totally dry, over just over these micro bits and mica flakes and all the texture. I will not do it tonight. I'm trying, but you will have to wait really long for that effect. Maybe I will show it on this original project what I mean. I'm just putting a little bit of white gesso over here and there, and this way all this dimensional embellishments are popping up, you know, and it's really nice and dimensional. So that's what we do when it's dry. We're just putting a little bit of white gesso and adding a little bit over your flowers, over your textures here and there. I don't want to ruin this effect, so I will not do it at this moment. I will just make some final touches to the page, which is adding the title. Let's see what we have here. Okay, I have left best friends from this chipboard sheet. We've got those nice chipboards for the new collections. I love this for layouts. So let me just yeah, come on. Okay, I've got this best friends. It's a little bit too long, but maybe friends will be okay. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe something from Olga's collection. Friends. Okay, that's better, I think. I really like to add some titles on the photo. I really like when our cluster and composition and flowers are also on the photograph around it, but also on it. So it really mixes well with the rest of the page. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this one will be better. So what we can do, we can use white splash ink. Mix it well before using. It's also the product designed by Olga. She's really great with all these ideas. It's really nice to cooperate with such a talented people, and we've got this great team now, so I'm really proud. Yeah, and I saw Marta is here, so sorry Marta, I haven't seen you. Thank you for being here for me too. I don't have a fever anymore, but I am really weak because of the illness, so I'm sorry about all of the mistakes I'm making tonight. Okay, let's do it like that, maybe. And maybe we can put something underneath, so it will look better. Let me see if that works. Okay, just a small berry and some gel medium, and it will be flat. And some splashes. I cannot live without splashes. I made some black splashes with black paint before, so I won't be using black splash ink, which is also perfect, but I will use a white one and a stick. It's perfect for making small dots. You can actually use the dropper here, but I prefer the smaller and nicer dots because the dropper makes them bigger. But if you like the effect of big drops and splashes, so it is also really nice. So this way it will all mix together, and all these colors will mix together and making this nice effect. I'm very sorry, I have to dry it a little bit more before finishing. So if you wish to stay with me for a few more minutes, I will try to make it more dry and show you the effect with the gel medium. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's try if it's a little bit better. I hope so. I will just take another brush because it should be dry. and just a little bit of gesso, and we'll try that again. So maybe it's enough. It actually looks really nice when you paint this sizzle right now, okay, because it also pops up, and all these textures will also pop up. So maybe I will just show you a little bit of this technique, and you will you know, can leave it for a few hours and just come back to it and just add more white gesso over your texture. It's really nice, and it's really important step to make this look nice, and do not skip it, please. I know it's boring to dry these pages and projects, but when you're working with mediums, you have to be patient sometimes. So okay, I think, or maybe a little bit here also on this metal element, it will make it a little bit lighter, and over the flowers. And the last step is to add some shiny effect with the glitter paint. It's really nice. It's also from 13 Arts, and you can use it in different ways. You can just you know, take this white brush and splash it, so it will make us like nice sparkling dots here and there. Or you can just paint some elements with it and just, you know, add a little bit of glitter here and there. These paints are silver and gold, and I really, really love them. Okay, so that should be it. I will just go to the chat, and I will try to ask you if you want, if you have any questions for me. I will try to answer them. Okay. Okay, if you have any questions, I think I am a little bit later in the chat than you are, so I'm waiting for your questions. Do you have any? Yes, with splattering, yeah, you don't have to think too much. You just splatter, you know, and what happens, happens. You can always, if you just, you know, make a splatter, or in the place you didn't want to, just you can use wet wipe and just, you know, remove it. When it's wet, it's really easy. So just you know, don't be afraid, and just do it. Okay, so I will just show this project a little bit closer. Let me see how it looks. So as you can see, it's really, really dimensional. The background is a little bit like watercolored, and tomorrow I will add one more layer of white gesso, so you will see all the texture. I'm not sure if you can see them now, and it's really nice and shiny. So I hope you have enjoyed my show. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and thank you very much again, Alda and all this team from Flying Unicorn. It's amazing to be there with you. And what can I say? I hope we will see each other very, very soon. If you wish to come to Poland anytime, please do not hesitate to contact me or Olga or Marta. We are organizing mixed media party next year, so if you wish to come in May to Poland, you are very, very welcome too. And so thank you very much again, and see you next time. Bye bye.